Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another weekly rewind. We've got week 8 on the docket this week. So Jake and I are here per usual, and this week we have Michael here for the recap. So, how we doing tonight,
Hey
Mike?
everyone. Hi everyone.
So, yeah, it'll be pretty standard stuff. We'll go over the matchups per usual. Do our normal lineup. Get some conversation going. So, I guess the first matchup of the week is going to be me and Greg, because Greg, I hate to say it, but I absolutely, yeah, you butt fumbled. Not a good week. So Greg continues to stay off the show. Don't worry, Greg. As soon as you win, we'll be in your DMs. We've got what we got. Derek Carr with -1, and I still put up 180. So that's a bit
Wow.
disgusting. I guess having three of the top five running backs of the week though helps. Thanks, Cade, for Derrick Henry. I appreciate you. So other than that, I mean, yeah, Foreman, Henry, Kamara pretty much carried the entire team. Everybody else, Ingram was good, for a shit tight end. Can't argue with 15 and a half. Everyone else was
True.
mediocre. I think T Higgins had that late touchdown that really saved his day.
Yeah,
But
since trading away your tight end one, I mean, Evan Ingram didn't do too bad.
yeah, to be fair, I believe Pitts outscored Ingram. He outscored Ingram
Yeah.
this week. I believe that's his
It
third week of double digits.
You got Greg so bad he's trying to offload all of his keepers from this past year. I got quite a few trade offers sent my way.
Yeah, I got a few trade offers too from Greg, but I'm just like my team's at a point where I don't even think it's worth trying to trade
Hey,
for a
what the
solid
hell,
running
Greg?
back.
I haven't gotten any trades. This is bullshit.
Yeah. You gotta have
I guess
players to send back though. Shit.
I guess it wasn't really a formal trade. It was more of a you want Joe Mixon or Jonathan Taylor, and I'm
Oh,
like I don't think I want to give up any picks
I mean, I don't
right
want Joe
now with my
Mixon.
team being in bed spot. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
JT's tough to trade for because
if
you're
I,
gonna have to give up a lot for
it's true, I don't want to give up a whole lot and then just still be bad.
him.
I need to see Lamar do more. Uh, it's been a while.
Jake, you've been underperforming in this league ever since you went out on a limb and kept all those mediocre players in late rounds. Just saying.
That is true. That is true. If I would have just stuck with Christian McCaffrey and Saquon and DeAndre Hopkins for all those years,
I
I'd
don't
still be
know.
looking way better
Hopkins might not have been a keeper this year for you, but hey,
either way. I'm saying even if I kept
yeah,
Hopkins while he was bad, I'd be in a better spot probably.
could be, man. And it helps to play against Greg when it always helps to just play against Greg. It seems this year, but when he doesn't have Jamar Chase, it helps a little bit more. He didn't really have a chance in
True.
this one. There's nobody on his team that he could have started to.
I can't remember which quarterback. Remember last week when you were trying to figure out which quarterback? I don't think you had one
It was
added
it was
at the
freaking Andy
time.
Dalton, man, he had a totally fine game. He had like 20 something points, totally fine. And I
See
was
the
like,
guy that I
oh,
mentioned, or
fuck's
who,
sake.
or what?
No,
I remember mentioning a quarterback.
you,
It
you
might have been
said Daniel
Heineke.
Jones, I believe.
Oh, it was Daniel
I
Jones.
can look to see how he did this
I
week.
just
I don't
wanted
actually
to,
know.
I just wanted to see how he did.
Let's see.
I was
Daniel
hoping it was
Jones.
Heineke because that would have got you to the 200.
3
Just had to think
points.
about that.
He had 3
Oh hell yeah,
points.
that'd have been a big move for you. That would have been a huge move.
Oh man. Yeah, I don't think I've ever put up this many points with a quarterback that, it actually would have helped to start Herbert this week, which, hey, fuck me, I guess.
Hey,
So,
Bryant,
Quarterback, he doesn't need it.
any chance of AJ Dillon going on the trade block anytime soon just because of how bad he's been?
yeah, I mean, my DMs are always open for trade offers, and AJ Dillon has busted double digits once, and it was week 1. So, yeah,
Yeah.
I would not be sad to trade AJ Dillon away.
And you gotta like well how Brian Robinson is looking though, going into future weeks. I mean, other than
Yeah, I mean, he had a tough week,
getting
but
slow, but the weeks before that he was solid, getting
hmm
enough touches. I mean, 17 and 20 it looks like for attempts.
yeah, you can't argue with double
Yeah.
digit fantasy points. I mean, Gibson had a good week this week, so it doesn't help
Yeah.
him.
Speaking of, it was confirmed that he got shot by a 17-year-old. Actually, now that you brought up 17, so I just had to
Really?
mention that. But
Oh, I
yeah,
didn't
that's
hear that.
what I heard. That's what I
Damn.
heard.
So, yeah, I mean, my
But
running
he's
back
looking.
position is pretty solid. I've got Kamar Henry and Foreman in the starting lineup most weeks, it seems. And Latavius Murray seems like he'll be totally fine. as a guy, if I need to flex somebody, he'll be mediocre.
It's too bad Brandon Cooks couldn't have been on the move for you.
Yeah, that hurts. But I don't know. He's been dealing with he pops in the injury report the past couple weeks just randomly, and honestly,
Looks like Greg has a few receivers on the injury report based on what I'm seeing right here in the last week. I've seen 4 Qs in
yeah. Yeah, 4 Qs in and out. Jamar Chase, he should be on Greg's IR spot. I don't know what you're doing.
But, I mean,
You're
Michael
wasting
Thomas and Julio, you kind of already knew that was coming.
Yeah, that's true. And I mean, you're asking for it when you have Corey Davis on your team.
Yeah.
So, all right, we spent way too much time on this shit matchup. So
we'll just spend less time on the next one.
Nick and Jake, this is worse. I think.
Oh yeah, definitely spend less time on this one.
Yeah,
pretty straightforward. Nick put up 198 points, and
you did.
Based off of literally just no, I did not put up 198 points. Nick put up 198 points, and I think the Thursday game started off with Bateman finally making into my starting lineup and getting injured instantly. Lamar was able to. I think he started out really slow, and then he kind of salvaged that with putting up about 23 points, which was can't complain about that. Considering the last couple of weeks he's got like 14.
And Tampa's defense is solid, so a little bit of a bounce back.
No, I can't complain about that, but I already going into this game the Chargers run by, and it's kind of big for me. Keenan Allen, Eckler, and Everett, who has made his way into my starting rotation, all of them run by, so it's not great, but
can't be mad about Goddard,
hoping to be a little closer. Oh yeah, Goddard's fine. Even Dobbs got me 16, but the Philadelphia defense good pickup. Didn't really get to win because of it, but Nick's team just absolutely popped off. He had a couple players that popped off. I'll let you go into how good they did, but
Nick B's roster was disgusting. I mean, McCaffrey was the second highest scoring running back. I think third on total points for all positions. He was up there. So he looks disgusting on San Francisco. I would be very afraid of him if I ever see him in my opponent's lineup for the rest of the season, honestly. DJ Moore had a big touchdown catch to send the Panthers into OT. I think they... Yeah. Okay, who was the penalty on? Because I didn't actually catch the end. It was on him. Was it excessive celebration or something? Taunting?
Taking his helmet off.
He took his helmet off.
So he took his helmet off.
Because he cost him 15 yards, and they missed the go-ahead extra point on it, right?
Yep, they missed the go-ahead extra point because it was a 48-yard extra point. And then when they got to overtime, and also had like a 30, I don't know what it was. Let's just say 30 to 40-yard field goal for the win. And the kicker missed that one too.
Yeah, because they picked off Mariota on like the 20-yard line or something like that.
And the penalty that was on DJ Moore, I didn't realize that it was on him until like later. I heard about that. But yeah, so he took his helmet off, and the rule is that you can't have your helmet off when you're on the field, and he wasn't on the field originally. Like, he was through the end zone, took his helmet off like in front of the crowd, but then he walked through the field, like through the end zone to get to the sideline. It's like, wow.
Get fucked, man. Jeez, I did not catch that.
Yeah. So that was pretty wild.
That's kind of incredible. Well, hey, you know what? Go Falcons, I guess. They earn a bone every now and then, you know. How are you supposed to keep the Falcons fans interested if they can't blow every lead?
Are they the best team in the division right now? I have to look
back. They're leading the division. Are. Yes. Yeah.
Easy prediction right there.
No kidding. Ramondre continued his dominance. Hey, Harris is back, right? Harris has been back, and Ramondre's just been
pretty sure, yeah.
A stud for 4 weeks in a row. Yeah. I mean, honestly, all freaking season after week 2. 20, 13, 23.
7 catches for 72 yards. That helps.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, shoot. And Hopkins bounced back in a big way for the Cardinals. You know, they lost to the Vikings. Didn't pick that game correctly, Payne. But, you know, he looks good. At least for the time being, since Hollywood's still out, right? So.
Yeah, it's out for a little bit. And, you know, Nick had a couple of receivers on the bench that still would have been doing well.
Yeah, Scary Terry had a big Halloween weekend, man. He thrives, and Judy would have been nice to see Judy, Green Bay Packer. Not gonna lie, I saw
Oh my
that the
God,
Packers
yeah.
were in discussion, and we were nowhere near the required offer. Apparently, they wanted a second and another mid-round pick. I kind of would have been okay with that.
And good to know my Elijah Moore is just held hostage on the Jets
Yeah,
now.
you're actually not gonna be able
That's
to start him
cool.
rest of the season. He's gonna be
I
benched.
know.
What
Yep.
did he played like
So that's
one
fun.
series? Didn't he purposefully missed a block and then the like quarterback got nailed and he just got benched?
Elijah Moore, how do you feel about your chemistry with quarterback Zach Wilson?
He
Well, I got
doesn't
one
get
target, so
the
I think that's what he said.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
not exciting there.
Yeah. Well, hey, Khalil Herbert had a good game.
That
So,
is true. Could have made
although
it close.
did Montgomery play this week?
I couldn't tell you. I don't know.
Well, I'm sure we'll find out later. So yeah,
Yep.
other than that, I mean, Jalen Hurts had a good game, obviously, and Nick B just had a fantastic week. If I'm going to be honest, this was domination.
We've talked about him having pretty low points scored overall, but not anymore. But like for
Yeah.
a while there, Cade had more than him down at the bottom of the leaderboard. But respect.
Mm-hmm.
198.
So big bounce back weeks for him that from guys that he really needed it from. DJ Moore, DeAndre Hopkins. Those are big weeks. I mean, the other guys that had good
Confidence
games.
booster.
Yeah, I mean, Jalen Hurts or Ramondre McCaffrey have been doing it, right? And McCaffrey, not 40 points every week, but McCaffrey's been totally fine. Ramondre's been excellent. Hurts has been a beast. So when
No
guys
Travis Kelce.
yeah, that too.
I didn't even remember that. But yep, so that's cool. Put him on 98 without Kelsey.
Yeah.
Nice.
So very good game there for Nick. Sorry, Jake.
It's all right.
Brandon and George. If I can remember what there it is. Daddy's home. Yeah, that got me. So Daddy's home. That's a good photo there. The baby George. I don't know. Do either of you guys know what George's photo is? I don't know what that is.
That's Hasbullah. That's Hasbullah.
I have no idea what the fuck.
I'm
that
not even
is.
gonna attempt to explain who that is.
That's fine. Yep.
But I've seen him before.
Okay.
He's
That's
like
all
a
I'm gonna say.
yeah, he's like a 22-year-old like
What?
midget, but has like a child.
Yeah, he
voice.
looks like
He
a
looks
child, but it sounds like a
6.
child. You'd have to look up a video to be
Okay.
honest.
Only speaks Russian, I'm pretty sure.
All right.
Yep.
So
He's got a crew and he always has weapons on him and stuff. He's just a wild guy
huh.
that looks like a kid. Nothing more to it than that, I don't think.
Yeah,
Why-
there's just a bunch
okay.
of memes about him and stuff.
Follow up question: why is he George's profile picture for this week?
I don't know.
Oh man. Okay. Well, a question for another rewind, I guess. Meanwhile, yeah, Georgia's team sucked this week. I mean, so on Brandon's team, Devontae struggled. Raiders got shut out. It was okay for him though because George happens to have 2 Raiders. Right, he has Jacobs 7.5, and Carlson obviously had 0 because they got shut out. So, could have been worse there. Josh Allen was mediocre. Kind of strange. Green Bay's defense, Green Bay in general has been terrible, but we didn't look disgustingly bad against the Bills. So, trending upwards while losing. Love to see it. Jalen Waddle had a good game. Dalvin Cook had a very good game. And Brandon's team was just about average. I mean, Amari Cooper on the bench. I think Amari Cooper's been lighting it up.
It's another week where it looks like Brandon was a poor manager for having good receivers. It's just the downside of having a lot of good receivers.
Yeah.
It looks like you're a poor manager all the time, but I mean, I would have probably started the same people here just looking at it.
Yeah, I mean, you can't bench Devontae, right?
And then
And
Devontae Smith would have been fine.
Between Smith and Waddle, one of those guys will blow up, and the other one's probably going to struggle. And yeah, man.
So yeah, Brandon, trade somebody to make it look not as bad.
Yeah.
Most weeks.
I mean, if it makes you feel any better, Shiz, Cortland Sutton on your bench will always make you look good.
True.
That hurts. Past 3 weeks, man. They've been tough. So, yeah, I mean,
are we thinking it's almost time to cut Breece Hall? I mean, I can't imagine you'd keep him being drafted in like the 4th or 5th round this year.
4th round this year.
I can't imagine you'd want to keep him coming off that ACL tear going into next year, right?
Did they? Was it just the ACL or was it a total knee fuck? Have we?
Mm.
I don't know if anybody's
I
heard
don't
of.
I don't remember.
I
I just
guess
remember the
teams
ACL.
usually pretty quiet about that. I guess, but man, yeah. I mean, he was lighting it up for a while.
It's probably just if you have the open spot, stash him, but you're not going to keep him anyway.
Yeah.
Probably about it.
Shoot.
I don't think anyone's going to keep him.
Okay, well, let's look at the rest of his roster, right? He's got Josh Allen, who you could make an argument you could keep, right? Drafted in the 3rd round, not bad at all. Dalvin Cook's always a candidate, but I want to say he was already kept. Yeah, he was kept last year. Devontae, Dalvin, who was the other one that was kept? Sutton, I think? Yeah, Sutton. So, yeah.
I agree with you about the Josh Allen potential, not only because he's like probably the best quarterback for fantasy right now, but this year it's really proven that you can't. That's not as easy to grab like a Aaron Rodgers, Stafford, Tom Brady.
Yeah, this
like
is
the
a
last
weird
couple
year.
of years. So,
I mean, I lean Josh Allen, yeah, and I don't know if I'd keep Devontae. Maybe. I mean, he'd have to start turning it up.
When was Waddle drafted?
Good question.
Probably could be a keeper.
5th.
I was gonna guess 5th. Yeah,
that sounds about right. Honestly, to me, it doesn't really feel like value. Who knows? Rest of the season can give you a lot of information, I guess, because he's really only had a couple bad weeks.
Last year.
And
he kept Sutton last year. I think he's keeping Waddle next year.
Yeah, you know,
I had the opportunity to keep Waddle in the 12th, I want to say, but I chose to keep Marquise Brown in like the 14th.
Oof. That hurts. Because I think Waddle's only had 2 bad games, and those are probably the games that Tua missed, right? 4 and 5.
Yeah, probably
Sounds about right. Yeah. Tua might have missed 3 weeks, but yeah, I mean, other than that, Waddle's actually been pretty good. So I don't know, maybe Waddle could be a keeper. Waddle, Josh Allen. You can make an argument for Breece Hall, but yeah, that'll be interesting. It'll give you some first. I mean, he'll have his 1st and 2nd round pick if he keeps Breece Hall. Yeah, something to think about, I guess. I'd probably hang on to him if it were me. And I saw a report
maybe trade for a 3rd really good keeper.
Yeah,
if you want to.
That could be. I saw a report that Cordero Patterson is supposed to be back. I think he's practicing, so designated to return. That would help Brandon out a lot because his only weakness is running back. Really, I mean, receivers for days. He's just got to pick the right ones. But hey, yeah. Other than that, this matchup was, I don't know, ugly. Brandon had a fine game. George stunk. 4-4 for George. I believe that's a 3-game losing streak for George. That's we'll talk about that in the standings a little bit, but so much pain indeed.
Yeah, 3-game losing streak.
For being projected that high all the time. And Cooper Kupp's banged up. We'll see.
Second greatest losing streak in the league.
Is it? Oh, yeah, Greg. Cade and Preston is next. Honestly, as far as games go, this is a pretty good one. Mantha had a very solid game again this week, but Cade's team was really good. A.J. Brown really was really good. 3 first-half touchdowns. He could have kept going, man. 3 touchdowns in the first half. Shoot. Kenneth Walker finally started to slow down and show signs of normality after this past few weeks of looking excellent. ETN had a great week. ETN's been very good, actually, past few weeks. Yeah, Brady was Brady, honestly. Everybody else was fairly average. Nick Folk had a huge game. 21 points, Jesus. Does New England only score field goals and Ramondre Stevenson punches in a touchdown every now and then?
I think so.
Is that the deal?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what you signed up for.
Damn. Yeah, I mean, who was it? Tyler Boyd, right? So Monday night rolls around, right? We've got Cleveland and Cincinnati, right? And Mantha's got Chubb and Burrow going up against Boyd, down, maybe 35, 40? Somewhere in there. 30, 45. Yeah, somewhere in there, around 40 points, right? You got to think you have a chance, right? I mean, Chubb's been lighting it up, and past 2 weeks, Joe Burrow had, 40 and 50? Yeah. So you're Preston, you're thinking, hey, shit, I could win this game, and Joe Burrow lays an egg. Chubb looked great, and Boyd just did his job to keep the distance, but he didn't actually do anything because Cade would have won anyways. So
Preston's going to be fine with it because he started the right kicker, and that's all that matters.
yeah, I'm really waiting for the day Preston starts the wrong kicker and I just shit all over him. McPherson missed an extra point. Brought it back though by knocking in one late. -2. Disgusting. And you know what? He did say in the group chat that if he cut McPherson, I'd pick him up, and he's right because my kicker was on bye this week, so I would have.
Nice.
So, hey man. Duvernay on Manthey's bench actually scored points. Okay. Hey, good for him. Yeah, other than that, I mean, Chubb, Aaron Jones had a solid game. They actually gave him the ball.
Used him.
You know,
Yep, used
imagine
him.
averaging 10 yards a clip against the Buffalo Bills. Shit, man. So, yeah, I mean, everybody was good on Manthey's team except the quarterback and a couple
Defense.
players. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Defense.
Yeah,
He needs
5.5's okay. Oh, he doesn't need the defense, Jake. He said it
I know.
himself.
That's what I'm saying. Defense, he did need it this time.
Yeah, you know.
They probably did have a decent amount of points. I don't know. Maybe not a decent amount of points, but Packers scored some points second half.
Yeah. That's true. So, hey, you know, good day to be Cade. Except for he's still 3-5, so he's got a little bit of a hill to climb. But doable for sure with that many 4-4 teams. But let's go to the last matchup of the week. Laner versus the one and only Mike Lemons. And Mike, I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I can say your team name anymore.
Oh man, we gotta say it.
I'm
Someone
not saying it. I'm not saying it.
I'm gonna stick with the homosexual Eskimo.
Okay. Yeah, I went in. Pretty sure he had all noon players going into the matchup. I was down
did,
about
yes.
75 points. I still had Garoppolo, Tyreek, Barkley, and Gibson left, and they
You had to be a little
It made
scared
me-
actually when you saw that Gibson and Garoppolo were 2 of your 4 players remaining down 75.
yeah, I was down big. I was projected to lose. They had it at like an 80% chance of me losing, and then Tyreek did his thing and
Yeah.
clutched up. Gibson had another huge week. That really helps when if you scroll down a little bit, and I had Zeke out, which was kind of a late scratch, like
Mahomes.
Friday or Saturday.
Oh my gosh, Elaine.
Juju, James Robinson just got traded, couldn't trust him. Debo's
Oh
hurt.
my
Brown
god.
Jake
hurt.
just saw Lane's bench.
Oh
Lane's bench
my
blew up, man.
God. The Cowboys.
Oh, I didn't
Oh,
realize
that
he didn't
hurts.
play.
But with Zeke not playing and then Pollard getting 30-9,
Yeah,
that's tough.
this is an absolutely
Lane.
massive win for you, Mike, with no Mahomes and that many injuries and whatnot.
He's
And
not a Jaguars fan. He doesn't start Kirk. He
you know,
starts Pollard. I'll tell you
Lane,
that.
I dispute your team name of why even try. You know, I'll tell you exactly why you try. Look at your fucking bench, dude. You could have started like 2 of any of those players and you would have won that game. I mean, shit. Pollard, Dak. Well, no, Dak got to score by 2. Respect.
Yeah.
Ayuk and Myers. You know, and Ayuk and Myers has been very solid. Ayuk's been the past 3 weeks very good, and I mean no Zeke, so Pollard's kind of a
Yeah,
smash
if
starter.
Lane would have
Fuck.
got off the
Good bench on
Jaguars
benching Harris. though.
riding.
Yeah, and I'm probably benching Najee for a long time, honestly. It takes balls to do it, but man,
I just saw Pollard
Yeah, I
after
think you have to.
after hearing about Zeke being out, and then I just see Pollard at the bottom of Lane's bench with enough points to put him on.
yeah. Well, I mean, shit. Even if you didn't want to start Pollard, right? Even if you wanted to go
Ouch.
Myers and
Or are you?
Myers for Kirk, yeah, or Ayuk,
My-
either or. I don't
Debo was
think-
out, right?
Yeah, Debo was out. Yes.
Yeah, so that isn't.
I don't
that
think
would've been a solid
either one of them puts him over the edge alone, but if he starts both, then they do.
Or if he starts Pollard over Christian
Yes.
Kirk, he would have had it.
Or
That's what I'm
Mostert.
saying.
Yep,
I'm
either of those
saying
guys.
I think if he wasn't a Jaguars fan, he would have started Pollard over Kirk.
Yeah, Kirk hasn't been fantastic. Laner, you let this one go, man. This one's on you.
I'm looking at Kirk's last game. I mean, they get the first 3 weeks, but I don't know. I guess 17, week 7.
Kirk's been
You know what?
okay, right? But when Zeke and Debo are
You
ruled
playing the
out,
number one
and
seed, you gotta put up points.
I mean, the weeks that you're starting Ayuk and Pollard are the weeks that Debo and Zeke aren't playing, right? And neither of them played, and you benched them
yeah,
both.
yeah, that's true.
Like, you can start Pollard any week, and you can hope you get lucky, right? But when Zeke doesn't play, Pollard's, I mean, historically been fantastic.
You have Madison and Cooks out. Retire if you don't start Madison.
Yeah, exactly.
on.
And it's the same thing here, right? I mean, he doesn't have Zeke, but he's playing. He basically would have played against him. Like, shit, man. You gotta start Pollard when Zeke doesn't play, Laner. Is Zeke gonna miss next week too, or is he gonna be back? I don't actually know.
I'm not sure.
I know Jerry Jones said Zeke is still gonna be very involved.
No argument.
Yeah. So, I love Jerry Jones, man. I'm glad I traded Zeke in Dynasty. Not gonna lie. So,
Sure, yeah.
yeah, pretty honestly a huge win for you, Mike, and Laner, homie. You choked it. This one's on you, man. Miami, 1 sack, 1 point. Respect. Against the Lions. Pain. So, yeah, I mean, those are the matchups for this week. It was not a bad week, Some big wins, big L's, had a good time. Let's check out the standings, get a lay of the land here. We've got Mike and Nick, and number was 1 and 2, 7 and 1. There's a big gap between the rest. So, I mean, you guys are basically guaranteed playoffs, right? You'd have to lose out, really. I mean, playoffs start week 15, so we've got 7 weeks left. You'd have to drop 3 games in 7 weeks to multiple teams. I mean, it's definitely doable, but I guess George just did it, so.
Yeah, I feel fine, especially because my team's not even healthy yet. Once Debo comes back, and
you have the top scoring team in the league, so.
I got past all the bye weeks now for the most part, so.
Yeah, that is huge. Yeah, I mean, we've got a huge cluster of 4 and 4 teams. Brandon and George. Honestly, all of those teams have a pretty good points for, except for me. I'm down 100 points, but the field is,
Might have been about the same
closer.
range as Brandon and George, other than that week I just had before this one, the 70 points.
Yeah, you had a tough week last week too, right?
I'd be up there. Yep, that was what I was talking about the week before. Yep. So
absolutely.
I don't know. A lot of 4 and 4 teams.
Yeah, I'm playing catch up on the points for departments. So 180 this week helped a lot, but yeah, I need some work to do there. Cade and Lane are there, down a game. Honestly, Cade and I should probably be swapped on the standings if you look at points for.
Still got a lot of points for.
But we're not, so fuck you, Cade.
Yeah, basically, he still has pretty much Nick's points for. He's 1 point off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's the difference between 2nd and 8th, apparently. So, Nick B's been fortunate with the points against, the lowest in the league by a decent chunk. But, luck of the draw, I guess. Greg at 0 and 8. Yeah. I'm just going to stop it there. Top players of the week. We had Tua for Lanner, had 36 points. Kamara for myself had 42.8. Cade had A.J. Brown with 43.5. Conklin had 26 points for tight end. He's a free agent, so if anybody needs tight end, hey, scoop him up, man. Nick Folk for Cade had 21, and the Seattle defense had 16.5. They're also a free agent, last I checked. So, couple dogs out there. Tyler Conklin, let's go. Let's hit the transactions.
Big week.
Yeah, it actually.
I was about right away when you said that. I was for some reason you split for the Vikings, right?
Conklin.
Sure.
Yeah, he did.
Right away when you said that, I was thinking like, oh, they just got Hawkinson. I forgot he's the Jets.
Nah, man. The Jets had a pretty good.
It is pretty wild that Hawkinson got traded to the Vikings.
Yeah, I think I saw him in Greg's starting lineup for this upcoming week. A little spoiler there for the matchup preview, but yeah. So what do we got for transactions? October 28th is our cutoff date. So Laner picked up Algier for $10. Algier was in the waiver wire.
Yes.
I guess he's been pretty shit. He had a good week this week.
He's been on there a couple times now. I think he's been dropped like 3 times.
Oh yeah, Lane just dropped him and picked up Gesicki a couple days after. Must have been a spot. No, I don't even think he started him. Well, whatever. Let's see, a couple defenses. Lemons picked up Deshaun Watson a few weeks early. Respect there. I mean, you have Mahomes, so I don't know if you're really gonna need him, but never know, I guess.
Just in case.
Yeah, respect. I thought about picking him up in my work league soon.
I think that's team name related, is what I think.
Yeah, Jake, that's a. All right. Anyways, I picked up Derek Carr and lost, but still won, so it's okay. James Cook hit the waiver wire. Might be a hot pickup coming soon. Renfro got cut. Has Renfro been that bad? He was a decent pick, right? 8th round. Yeah, shit, that hurts. Tunyon, Butker got picked up. Derek Carr hit the waivers where he belongs. Tunyon got picked up for $8 by Cade. Cam Akers finally hit the waivers. R.I.P. Cam Akers. Pacheco hit the waivers. I scooped up Prater. Hopefully he still plays this week. Questionable already. Pain. Defense, and Algier got scooped back up by Cade. So I guess Algier is just bouncing around on every team. He's been on 1, 2, 3, 4 teams so far this season. Let's see if he can make his way around the full league. So those are the transactions. Let's peep the matchups for this week, huh? We've got me and Laner. So Lane, I hope you keep your Mamba mentality of why even try, and I can hopefully take home another L. That would be nice. Picking myself to win, but I don't feel very confident. I guess Derrick Henry's been a stud muffin, so if he keeps doing his thing, he'll be okay. Anybody want to talk about Lane's team?
He's got a lot of people on bye. I don't want to talk about it.
Does he have a lot of people on bye? I haven't looked.
He can't start Najee if he
Holy
wanted
shit.
to, so that's fine.
He does. Yeah, I mean Najee stinks.
No one's really crazy on bye. I'm just saying he's got a lot of people on bye.
Are we afraid of Tua against Chicago? Chicago's defense is honestly been pretty good. Similar to Green Bay's, where they just kind of shut teams down and don't score points. So Pollard on bye, Ayuk on bye. Yeah, Lane can't start his guys this week, man. He's got to roll with the same lineup.
Yeah.
Drake London. Where was Drake London drafted? 10th round? Oof. Yeah, hopefully I win that game. That's all I gotta say. We got Greg and George. Yeah, sorry, Greg. This isn't your week, man. I'm pretty sure Brandon's gonna be in the rewind next week. George projected for 150.
Yeah.
That's nuts. He's 4-4. So much pain indeed. Mark Andrews, 18.5. Josh Jacobs against Jacksonville's juicy matchup. Fournette. I mean, the Rams' defense is still good no matter what their team record is. Jefferson and Kupp. And Arizona Cardinals' offenses looked a little better. Kyler had a good week last week. He does that sometimes. Although the new COD is out, so we'll see. Yeah. I saw that the Cardinals are 0-1 since the new COD got fully released.
That is a fact.
So, hey, man. It helps for fantasy, at least.
True.
Jamar Chase is going to stay on Greg's bench because he's out with that hip injury. Oh, Montgomery. There he is. Montgomery did play last week. Yeah, so Khalil Herbert's just better than Montgomery. It's actually kind of nuts. So, yeah, this matchup is also pretty stale. I mean, George should win this game, right?
Yeah. Let's see why not.
Imagine the scenes. Greg, I'm rooting for you, man. I believe. We've got Daddy's Home versus Cade. Brandon's a little late on his name change this week. He's usually on the ball. Looks like he hasn't checked his lineup yet either because he's got a couple bye weeks in. Cade looks like he's got his lineup pretty much set. Yeah, Michael Pittman's on his bench now. He was in his lineup last week. So Cade's projected for 122. Doesn't really scream inspirational to me. I'd almost start Kirk Cousins against Washington over Brady.
I think he's going to start Garrett Wilson here, or is he going to move? Actually, no, never mind. He could start Hines. Brandon, yep.
It's ballsy to start Hines, though, the first week in a new team.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking you guys start Garrett Wilson here, but it's against the Jets. Or not? Sorry, not against the Jets. Against the Bills. Jets Bills.
Who
So
you benching?
playing each other.
Sanders?
Oh, I'm looking. Never mind.
I'd play neither of them, honestly.
I didn't. I thought that the bench or the bye week was
Oh,
flex, not
no, it's
Schultz.
Schultz, yeah. I don't think Brandon
So I
has
see
another tight
Waddle.
end, so
Never mind.
he'll need
Never
to
mind.
dip in the waiver
Don't
wire
start
for a
with those
tight end.
guys.
But yeah, I
Which
don't know
is
if I'd start
doable.
either of them. So we'll see.
Actually,
Cordell should be back soon.
it's
though.
not as doable to find a tight end right now in the waiver wire as I'm looking.
No,
Not
yeah,
crazy.
it is pretty slim if I remember correctly. Mike's got Taysom Hill though. I'm sure he'd be willing to listen to offers. Yeah, Conklin's out there, man.
That's got to be the move.
He's probably your guy. I mean, he can definitely
I'm
disappoint
looking.
you.
I don't see anybody else that I'd want over him right now.
I don't see anybody else that has even the opportunity to sniff 26 points. Granted, Conklin plays the Bills this week. It's still, I mean, it could be likely. If for some reason Mark Andrews doesn't play, even if he does play, likely might, decent second show. You're kind of hoping that Andrews is still a little banged up, though, if you're going to start likely. But, yeah, I'm still picking Brandon to win this week. I think he can figure it out without a tight end. Cincinnati
Conklin
defense
just
plays
got picked
Carolina.
up by Lemons during this
Oh,
rewind.
that's dirty. Yes.
Oh
Made it a little
my
easier
Yes.
God.
Attaboy.
Cade, you're welcome.
Yeah, no
There's
kidding.
Michael.
That's filthy.
Do I need a third tight end? Probably not, but Jimmy G was burning a hole in my pocket now that the bye week is done. So
Understandable. I
I
wouldn't
hope
want to
Brandon
roster him
listens to
either.
that.
That's despicable. Brandon.
He was gonna be. The funniest part is he was gonna be in this rewind almost.
Yeah, he was. Oh, get fucked,
It would have
man.
been funny if he was in the call as that happened, and Brandon's like sitting here just thinking, "Oh yeah, I might do that."
The live
No.
reaction.
That would have been great.
Yeah, I'm taking Brandon this one though. I don't care. You know, Cade, good luck, but Tom Brady's terrible. We got Nick. Oh, the 7-1 matchup going on here. Mike, how are we feeling about this one? We got Mahomes back in play.
yeah, I don't like Barkley on bye. That kind of hurts. And here's kind of my pros and cons here. I do like going up against D-Hop and DJ Moore. They had their huge blow up weeks. Usually there's a little bit of regression there, but I'm just terrified of Gabe Davis putting up a 40 bomb on me. I mean, I
Yep.
could just see him just due for a breakout.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Gabe Davis has been quiet the past. I mean, he had that injury and then the bye week, right? Oh, maybe there was.
Yeah,
an
but
injury, just bye week.
he's able to put up 40. He even
Oh,
dropped
yeah.
a touchdown not that long ago. I was watching. I don't know what game it was. But yeah, he's due for another one.
He
But
definitely has
having
the ability.
Mahomes off a bye, that's nice to get.
Ooh,
And
McCaffrey
then
on a bye this week.
also helps pretty
Yeah,
big.
that-
So McCaffrey and Barkley kind of wash. I'm kind of expecting to lose this one, to be honest. But I do like playing against Jalen Hurts. I don't really love Thursday night quarterbacks. I think
That's
like
true.
historically they've done worse. I think you talked about that last year when you were
Yeah.
doing your reruns or
Yeah.
something. But
There's a stat
There's
I think
something
out
to it.
there where I think defenses tend to perform better on Thursday night because the offense hasn't had as much time to. I guess the lack of time to game plan and rest seems to favor the defense historically.
Yeah, except it's Houston, so that sucks.
Yeah,
But
Houston's a really good matchup. We'll see. I mean, Mahomes and Hurts, I mean, they got to wash each other out, right? I mean, they're on a big win streak, but they're still not that good of a team.
yeah, I mean matchup for matchup. I mean he's playing Gus Edwards. I got James Robinson. That sucks. But Darrell Henderson's really gonna hamper me here
Yeah,
unless
I'd almost start Gibson over Henderson. Gibson's been good the past couple weeks.
Yeah, he's been solid. I might switch it up a little bit. Might
Yeah.
even get greedy and put Chuba in there since he's kind of the guy.
Yeah, if he's active, he'll get touches. So, yeah, your running back situation this week is tough because Henderson, Robinson. I mean, Robinson's tough, man. He's had less than 2 points over the past 2 weeks. I guess he missed the game against Denver. Musta.
No, he was active. He was
Oh.
they just never even put him in the game.
Yeah, so I mean it's tough to start a guy that can do that when you have
They
Gibson on your
traded him
bench.
that night right after the game.
Oh, that's right. That was on a different team. Yeah, that's fair. I forgot that he switched to the Jets. Yeah, there's something there. The Buffalo matchup's going to be tough, and the Tampa matchup for Henderson isn't very good either. That
Yeah,
one's also tough.
Owning Michael Carter in a few leagues, it was fun for a few minutes. And then,
yeah, I do
yeah.
like having if he's got Kelsey, I got Mahomes. They're gonna kind of come as
Mhm.
either one, comes and
Pause.
goes.
Yeah. So we've got
And Juju.
Juju. Yeah, Juju, Mahomes, Kelsey. Big Chiefs game against Titans. Shit. Your running back question. I'd slip Gibson in there probably for Robinson if it were me. I'd want a week for Robinson to prove it, and the Bills probably is not going to be it, man. Hey, you never know. Maybe. Shit, that's gonna be. He could get the targets that Brees Hall was getting, in which case he'll be totally fine. And the Bills seemed. I guess the Packers ran on the Bills pretty well, but the Packers' running game has actually been surprisingly good this year. The number of carries wouldn't tell you that, but that's a tough one. That'll be. I'm guessing you might flip flop around throughout the week on that one.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
Shoot. Don't forget Taysom Hill, man. Stick him at QB.
Yeah, he might make an appearance.
Yeah.
Just out of the hell of it. You got to ride Pitts as he comes and goes. Put him back in the lineup for another 3-point week, and then
Yeah. So far.
Taysom on a Monday night, he could make a showing. You just got to get it. If the tight end gets in the end zone, they're gonna probably be a top 10 tight end or close to it.
Absolutely. And I mean, there have been a lot of touchdowns going around on that Saints offense between him and Kamara this past few weeks. So you really just got to get lucky on who's it going to go to that week, because last week it was Kamara with his 47 points, but that other week when you played against me, it was Taysom. So if they
Maybe it's
score,
Olave.
yeah, hey, I would love for it to be Olave. Yeah, this will be a fun one. I don't really know. Jake, who you got on this one?
I've got Lemons.
I think I've
Yeah,
got
Lemons
Nick on this one. Oh, the running back situation does it for me, though. I think Ramondre will be totally fine. I mean, the Colts is a tough matchup, but Ramondre's been a beast. If Gabe Davis is a big one, I think you're right, Mike. Gabe Davis and Hopkins. Because if Hopkins does what he did last week, or Gabe Davis bounces back, it'll be tough for you.
Yeah, I like playing player or going against guys that had big blow up weeks though. I mean,
Mhm.
D-Hop put up what, like 37
Yeah,
maybe?
38. Yep.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, do you
they
really
all did.
expect that again? Maybe,
DJ,
probably
DJ
not.
Moore
though.
33.
22 the week
Ertz was
before,
like
though. That's
37.
2 weeks of 20 plus. We'll see.
33.
Seattle's defense is definitely not a. I'm not. They're a bad defense. We'll see. That's gonna be a tough one. And lastly, Jake, you and Preston. Are you gonna lose to Preston, Jake?
I'll be so sad. I'm riding a 2-game losing streak. I'm at it. My confidence is
He's got
pretty much at an all-time
Chubb.
low, but the projection looks good. My projection looks good. I'm
He's
happy with
got
the
Chubb
135
on
projection.
bye, CD on bye, the best tight end in the league on bye, according to Preston.
Oh, I've got Kareem Hunt on bye though,
Yeah, nobody
so
gives a shit about Kareem
I'm
Hunt. He
also
sucks.
screwed. No, I really need to win this one. I can't be dropping
Is
under
Tony
500
making an
after
appearance
starting
this
it
week,
really
Jake?
well.
Kadarius Toney on the bench, new
He
Chiefs.
could make an appearance, but
he's
as
not
of right
making
now, no.
Nah.
Keenan Allen questionable as he's been the
Yeah.
entire season.
On the bright side, if Keenan Allen goes out, Everett probably goes in.
Yeah,
Against Atlanta, shit, I'd want
2 tight
a
ends.
piece of that.
Send
Nah, I'd pull Goddard out of there. Fuck up. Although,
I could go 2 tight ends realistically.
you know,
I'm not looking at my team. It's very possible.
it's probably Khalil Herbert, right? 2 weeks of 15 and a half.
I mean,
Yeah.
I could
Miami's not.
honestly
I don't know.
go. I could go 3 tight ends. I could go.
Those 15s are 2 touchdowns though.
What, you're gonna go Taysom and quarterback and then 2 tight
Yeah.
ends? There we
Yeah.
go.
Beast.
I mean, is Taysom really a tight end though? Let's be honest. He's more like a fullback.
Defensive player.
Yeah, he's just a guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Manthai's team. This is the week to play him, man. He's gonna have to start Komet or go to the. I mean, you're not gonna find a tight end better than Komet, right? So you've got Komet. You've got Zay Jones probably hits the lineup. Maybe Duvernay. Damian Harris, William. Oof, yeah, Manthai's in a tough spot this week. You're gonna kick his ass.
Well, I hope so.
You better kick his ass. If you lose this one, it'll be embarrassing. His team is drained. Drained like Lane's balls after a Jaguars win. So, I think that does it for the matchup previews. Let's one last glimpse of the league table. Yeah. Good luck to everybody out there, this week. Everybody except for Laner and Manthai and Nick B. Yeah, you guys all stink. Greg, I'm rooting for you, man. Shit. All right. Well, thanks everyone for making it out tonight. Mike, thanks for swinging by.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Good luck this week, gentlemen.
Good luck, except
Yeah.
for Preston.
Yeah, fuck Preston. Later.